I was a pay to play, I joined a paid mentorship group, and, some people were like, Darren, man, why are you doing that? You have all this experience trading loans. And I'm like, yeah, but I've never bought an apartment complex, so that's who I want to be around. And I probably could have done it without being in that group, but it probably would have taken, it took me a year to get my first syndication deal closed, and it probably would have taken me 3 or 4 or 5,
And
and
was
I
that as
probably,
you as operator?
that was me. I partnered with another gentleman that I met in the multifamily group,
Mm-hmm.
Raj Gupta out of Chicago. And he had the experience that I didn't have buying apartment complexes. And so we partnered on that, and then we raised capital for that deal and from other limited partners.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on that? Because a phrase, I'm sure you've heard it 1,000 times, probably every week. Can I pick your brain? And what I usually tell folks is, instead of saying that, when you say, "How can I help you?" And approach it from a value standpoint. So, how did you get to a position where you can partner with someone who was experienced and probably didn't need your help, since you didn't have the experience? Now, maybe you had money that you were bringing in and connections, but how did you approach that situation where you were coming in a position of value where it was a mutual relationship and you can both win on that deal together?
Yeah, that's a great question. When I first started in that mentorship group, I kind of played the hey, I'm a good guy, like let's partner together, and I had a lot of people who are like, yeah, Darren, over a beer or whatever, like, yeah, we'll partner together, when the right opportunity comes, and it just didn't come, right? And I finally had somebody that kind of smacked me in the face a little bit, like, and she was like, it's exactly what you said. Like, Darren, if I have a deal, why am I going to partner with you? Like, I'm going to partner with that guy over there. He's got, 8 deals under his belt, and he can raise capital and this, and that, the other thing. And I was like, holy cow. So why would you ever partner with a new guy like me? And she's like, go find the deal. And so that's when I pivoted. I realized that that's the value I could bring was I go do all the legwork. And so that's what I did. So I would underwrite the deals. I would go out on the property tours. I would, you know, um, contact the property management companies, get the quotes for the lender. So I pretty much put everything together. Um, and then when I approached Raj Gupta, my experienced partner in the deal, I was like, look, I'm in, I think I have a really good chance of winning this deal. Do you want to partner with me? He's like, send over the information. I had everything done, so 45-minute conversation. And he's like, yeah, I'm in. I have another property down the road. I know that area, I'm in. And so that was the value, was going and doing the legwork. So, I say to listeners, like, it doesn't matter how young or how old you are, you have value. You just have to figure out what it is. Do you want to do the hustle factor? Do you have the money? Do you have the connections? You have something.
Yeah, and so were you leveraging your mortgage contacts, on finding that deal, or were you using like a different strategy of you were just hustling, contacting owners and brokers?
So in the large scale multifamily business, the brokers pretty much control like 80% of the
Yep.
market. So, I found out who the brokers were in the Dallas. I wanted to be in the Dallas market. That's where I live. And so I found out who the brokers were, and then I started to underwrite every deal that these brokers were coming out with. And then when I found a deal that looked attractive, then I would reach out to them and go out and do a property tour, and and then decide after that whether I was going to continue to pursue it.
Yeah, and you can do that. I mean, anyone can do that. So it's
Anyone can
ultimately
do
it's
that.
just if you're wanting to break into multifamily, whether you're in single family already and you have some real estate experience or you're brand new, it's just finding that value that you can have. Now, almost anyone is going to be wanting a deal. But there are other things too. I had an operator, and she had a deal in Houston. She didn't live in Houston. She was like, "Hey, can you go check this out? Give me your feedback, and if we win, we'll partner with you on it." That was something she needed, and she needed it quickly. And we
So you were boots on the ground for that person. That's another way of adding value for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So just finding that niche.